Oh, did you see the birds and the bees? That's what we're talking about today on today's Daily Devo.
Praise your name. Praise your name.
It's always so fun to talk about relationships, and I love how God takes these things in His Word, reminds us and encourages us how we are to interact as a husband, as a wife. Like, why did we take this wedding ring as a vow, as a promise to someone to honor and cherish, richer or poorer, sickness and health, till death do us part? Do these things still matter today? To the Lord, they do. You see, God has used His relationship with us as a picture of marriage. Did you know He calls you His bride? For those of us who are followers of Christ, He's entered into a relationship with you and I. You are His bride, and He is the groom. And as a groom, He's given us an example of what a groom looks like. Chooses to love us unconditionally. He lays His life down, serves us completely. His love is patient. It's kind. That is how we, as men, should love our spouses. And likewise, wives love their husbands. And yet sometimes we get that off course. And this is why I believe Solomon wrote this down to encourage his young men how to interact when it comes to marriage. I mean, Solomon knew. He dated so many women in his life, had so many marriages. I'm not saying that was right at all, but there's a guy who probably can give us wisdom on what I wish I would have done better. I could have fixed and corrected. And so he says in verse 1, "My son, give attention to my wisdom. Incline your ear to my understanding, that you may observe discretion, and your lips may reserve knowledge, for the lips of an adulteress drip honey, and smoother than oil is her speech." Not only does she look like someone, wow, ooh, look at her, those lips, like I'm drawn in. And he says, yeah, but that's not the type of girl you want. You want a girl that honors and loves the Lord. And that's why in verse 7, notice what happens. It says, "Now then, my sons, listen to me." Now he's not just talking to one. Now he's talking to multiple kids of like, "Whoa, hey, Dad, what are you talking about? I want to lean in on this." Everybody's gathered around. And this is what we'll pull out. I'm going to pull out one section of scripture here in it, and I would love to see your comments. What did you find in chapter 5? Write that below. I'm going to pull out 19 and 20. "As a loving hind and graceful doe, let her breast satisfy you at all times. Be exhilarated always with her love. For why should you, my son, be exhilarated with an adulteress and embrace the bosom of a foreigner?" You've got a wife, he says. Spend time with her. Be united with her. She's the one that you've been united to, called to. Why go after somebody else? Why embrace somebody else? You can be completely satisfied. There is more joy in a monogamous marriage between one man, one woman, united together in one flesh, than they're having just the best time of their lives when they can stay faithful with one another. Why go after something else? Because there's so many things that can happen. You'll find financially things will go wrong. Physically things will go wrong. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Why go through the wreck when you can be blessed with God, what God has for you as the best? I want to encourage you today. Husbands and wives, treat one another the same way Christ treats you as His bride. And you'll discover the path that God has for you is the best.